Good evening, wonderful people. It is Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. We are glad to be in the land of the living. It could have been another way, for sure. We're glad that we're here tonight. Let somebody know that we're live right now on the Facebook page of Sunshine Camila. We're live on the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on Twitch, and we are live on X, formerly known as Twitter. As always, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, proven over and over again since I started this show in 2020. And I have some of the dopest guests on this side of heaven, and tonight is no different than any other night. You see this young man that just popped on. He looked like he outside somewhere. Like he just ran somewhere. That's what he looked like.
I'm enjoying this outside weather. It's a beautiful day.
Praise the Lord. So, with all that being said, I'm going to get into his wonderful bio, which is very short, which I like. And then we're going to have a wonderful conversation. I'm going to let people know how I literally met you and how we met again. And now we're here today. And we're going to let God be God.
He does a good job with that, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He does an amazing job. I don't have to step in. I don't got to do nothing. I just show up.
That's right. I can see that interview for him. I'm here to be God. What are your qualifications? I think it speaks for itself.
Yes, absolutely. So, the dynamic. I'm going to leave it right there.
I like that. See, I like this art. That's why I'm on your show. See there? Sometimes less is more.
Right. He started off with that little right there. Who he is, Horace H.B. Sanders, is the rare ability to generate fresh material so audiences don't just like his performance, one, but can love it over and over again. Never the same show twice, which is really good. They say that we are a product of whom we hang around with. If that being the case, and so it is. It is no wonder that Horace is on his way to unprecedented success because he has worked with a plethora of artists from J.B. Smoove, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac, Leanne Rimes, Anita Baker, Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, Aretha Franklin, to name a few. And now me. You want to put that in your bio the next time.
Sunshine.
Once you have seen Horace H.B. Sanders perform, you will know why. The HB stands for hilarious brother. So, Village, wherever you are, if you outside, if you in your living room, bedroom, wherever, it doesn't matter. I just need you to stand up and raise your hands, arms, hands, all the way up. Get ready to say what I need you to say, but wait. If you're in your car, I need you to safely pull over, roll down the windows, turn your music down. If you're safe, get out the car. Close the door. Yep, that part. And I need you to stand wherever you are, and I need you to put your hands up and your arms up, and I need you to welcome and scream to the top of your lungs, Horace H.B. Sanders to the show!
Thank you. No, you're too kind. Thank you. Thank you. You in the balcony. I see you. Thank you. See, now that's an introduction. They say it's how you start sometimes and how you finish, but this is a great start, and I expect no less from you, Sunshine. So I'm
Absolutely.
very honored to be here.
You make me want to go outside.
See, well, listen, with a name like Sunshine, I was like, what would be appropriate? Because people are looking to do things different nowadays, like to be, like you said in the bio, to be refreshed, something different, new. It's like, you know what, I want to enjoy this. Let people be able to take in what I'm bringing and bringing something fresh and bring some sunshine. Sometimes we don't get outside enough, so I'm bringing some vitamin D and sunshine with me on your show.
Absolutely. I love it for the simple fact that um superheroes need to power up.
Yes.
And some of our well-known ones are very fond of the sun.
Yes.
So
Right.
I'm loving that part. I'm loving it. We are on. Okay. So now we got that part out the way. So years ago, when a young lady was on a pursuit of her educational journey at the
Mhm.
University of Michigan in Ann Arbor.
Go
Well,
blue.
go blue. There was a time where we would go off campus to go see some comedy shows. Lo and behold, there was a lady named Coco who I need to still get on the show.
Big
And this
sis.
young man right here. And they had this house stumping, jumping, crying, laughing because they were hilarious. Fast forward, this was like 96. Fast forward to maybe 2 years ago, maybe. I went to an audition for Joe Smith,
Hmm.
trying to get on this run that he was doing with all these movies. And we get upstairs, we're doing auditions where we're reading our scripts.
That's. Hmm.
And I noticed, I said, that looks like, is that Mr. Sanders? Knowing me, if you really know me, I'm very bold and confident. I'm not afraid of nobody. So I go up to him, excuse me, sir, are you? He was like, yes, that's me. I was like, if you don't mind, I would love to take a picture with you. Sure. Okay. So I take a picture with him. I send it to him. He like, bet. Fast forward to recently. I am at Aretha. And guess who is the opener for Samara Joy concert?
Hmm. That was a hot concert too.
It was. And here it is, him. Yes, him. He comes out on stage and he kills it. And he was talking about his son, talks about his t-shirts, talking about all these wonderful things as not only the entrepreneur that he is in comedy, but also the other side of it in business, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
He's back there in the back with his son. Not too far from where I was sitting. I said, hold my peace, y'all. Hold on. I got to go do something. Now, again, if you know me, you know I will walk up to anybody. Excuse me, sir. You did an amazing job. You know what would be I would love to take a picture with you. Sure. We take two. Nope, it was multiple pictures in my phone
Right.
because his son was taking pictures. And then I said, you know what? I would love to have you on my podcast show. Sure, let's, exchange. Let's do it. No problem. And then I tell him how I met him before. You never know. My point of this is always be kind and nice to people because you have no idea when you'll see them again,
Hmm.
when you will have favor. And tonight, we are here. So I had to say that to only, of course, God. And this will be the fourth time I've actually had an inter experience with you. And I don't take it lightly because you are a busy man. You could be any and everywhere. Italy, what was that thing you said? Italy, Germany, what was it?
Uh, on stage.
Yeah, Austria
Uh,
and all these
oh
wonderful.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There we
Yes.
go. So for him to take my invitation and say yes, I don't take it lightly. And so I commend you for being a real stand up, literally, and that you are an awesome human being. I love it.
Thank you. I thank you for taking me down that trip. It's funny sometimes when you see people. Sometimes I like to keep it in context of like where did I first meet? Because sometimes you could know somebody and be familiar with them over such a long period of time. Be like, when did we first meet? But I remember that first. I remember that event at the Trotter House with Coco. Um, and you're right. First of all, like I say, thank you for taking the time out at each occasion to come out and speak to me. I love that. And most of us, especially good-hearted entertainers, love that people come up and appreciate what we do, want to talk to us and interact. Because I know I can't do it without the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me feel great to know that. And then also, um, just even somebody like Coco, I remember my first time meeting her. Because she was in the game before I was, and for her to become like my big sister in the game, and then us move on to do TV and things together. So when I hear about this, you are right. How you treat people, the kindness you show, it will always come back to you, and you never know who it's coming back from. And it's way more people seeing us than that I actually see when you're on the platform or you on your platforms. More people are watching you than you actually know, and how you treat them and how you act when you're out. It can really bring a lot of success to you, or distractions, or the opposite, deterrent to your success. So, thank you so much. I appreciate being on here. I appreciate the invitation. Um, and yeah, those are great memories, man. That lets me to know. Well, it reminds me that I made the right choice years ago, and that I allowed God to guide me in the right direction. And I agreed with Him, and I'm getting to see this success. Because back at U of M when I was in Michigan, I didn't know this would be a career.
Yeah.
Uh, so it went from something I thought was a hobby, uh, like an intramural sport, to this is a calling and a career, um, and a business. So yeah.
Well, the good thing is you stayed on God's side. You didn't,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you stayed clean. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the bigger picture of how and why God chose you. Um, we just don't know how He's going to intertwine you with people who really need the laughter. Um, it's good medicine. Even down to smiling at people is good medicine. And so, even the things from back in 1996 when I was a freshman there, you had an impression on me that I remembered you years later.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. I prayed for that too. I literally prayed for
Absolutely.
that. I pray that. And look, I was wondering why I got my Michigan gear on today too. Yeah.
Isn't that?
Look at it, serendipity. Um, yeah, I remember praying that. And one thing that used to stand out about me with my performances to other comedians is out on my act. I used to pray before I would start my show, of course, before I went on stage. But even in the beginning, because I grew up in Baptist church, it's like giving honor to God who's the head of my life. I used to start my shows like that as an amateur, and comedians would notice that. They would say, and I would just want the show to be a great show. I want to give honor to God, and I can see that those seeds still bearing fruit, because other people noticed it and other comedians noticed it. And I was like, I don't have to preach to them. I was like, let my life be an example. Let the way I do it be an example to
Well,
everybody.
it
And let,
definitely is. Years later, you're still going strong. The name is being spoken in rooms that you know not of.
come
And
on now. Come on.
even
Preach.
in who didn't know you, they gonna know you now. And that's the good thing about social media and platforms like this. You might touch somebody that you had no clue, no idea. They didn't even know who you were. But the good thing is I knew who you were.
Mm-hmm.
And so
That's right.
now we are here. So let's get into these questions that I got.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
So, first one, how did your upbringing shape you to be who you are today?
Very good question. Um, Whenever I think about my upbringing, I automatically think of two things first. Think about my parents, Aaron and Minnie Sanders. I was blessed to be the youngest of six. So I think of them, and then I think of the Lord. It's so intertwined. They had their own business. By the time I was born, they were entrepreneurs. They had their own produce market. So you had a fruit market, and so produce and plants and flowers. So I grew up around entrepreneurship right in the city of Detroit. They had farmland, so I'd go from the farms to the city. So, like to say when I was younger, my dad would say, I'm a city boy with a country heart. So I got a good balance of things. And being in Detroit, it really was a blessing because you can drive 30 minutes and be in farm country. You can
Mm,
go 15 minutes, go across the border, you're in a whole nother country. And I got the benefit of doing that. And then traveling like down south with my dad in his semi because he had a big truck to pick up produce, working in retail, setting prices, helping people. And especially today, it's such a big push now for like vegan and eating healthy, being healthy. It's like a big transition in telling people that how we eat is how we live. I grew up that way. I grew up eating healthy and helping other people to eat healthy and seeing them run an honest business. And it was always because of how they felt about the Lord, how they felt about God, having faith in God. So my mom and dad always taught us to love God, take care of your family, and take care of your community, and to really um, have a keen sense for the Black community because we often get left out. Um, so those are the things I grew up with, and that was going to hold to whatever I wanted to do. When I was younger, I wanted to be president of the United States. Whether I was in school, in class, whatever I was doing, extracurricular activities. I could always see my parents over here watching me, so I didn't want to shame them. And I saw God over here. I wanted to honor him. So I tried to carry that in whatever I did. Of course, I fall, make mistakes, make some on purposes too. We mess up. But I always had them and still have them there, inspiring me and reminding me that I'm always here for something bigger than me. And even with comedy, or especially with comedy, when I performed at U of M for the first time, or I go to stages, people say, you're not gonna cuss. Like, no. Two reasons. One, my faith in God. We're not supposed to talk like that. Two, I was like, my parents would whip my butt, and if I met like your parents, we go back to college days. If I met your parents, I wouldn't cuss at them or cuss around them, but we were just raised that way. So what makes me think I have the right because I have a microphone and I'm dressed nice on stage that now I can usurp those beliefs, ignore those, throw them out the window, and now I'm a cuss at you. I can cuss at you because I got a mic. No, I have even more to me of a responsibility to watch the words I say because they're powerful.
yes.
Um, and and I saw too many great speakers and so too many great, not too many. I saw so many people that were dedicated to our community, dedicated to good work, that were known and unknown, that I wanted to honor them. So whether that's my grandparents, uncles, was people like Dr. King, Malcolm X, uh, it's so many, too many for me to list now. But I felt like I owed something to everybody that went before me and gave me this opportunity to even get an education that I honored at. So that's how my upbringing has come to bear in everything I do in some capacity. And again, not holier than thou. I'm not better than anybody else. I am better off than some because of my
Mm-hmm.
faith in God. But that's always the driving plumb line. That's the anchor that I might go float around, but it's always going to come back to that center that you honor God, you honor your parents, what they put in you, and you help people. That's what makes you of value and a better person.
If only we could bottle that, and I won't even say sell it, just to be able to have this type of juice.
Just
uh,
sprinkle it on people.
Sprinkle it. Listen, y'all worried
But you
about
know,
the oil. How about here? Just take this. Just
But you know what though? We do have it, and this is one of the big pushes I make because a lot of times I'll hear people talking and we'll say like we don't have that anymore. It's like no, that's a discredit to the people that are doing it. It's just it's not as consistent as it was at one time. It's like somebody, a woman to get her hair done every 6 months. Like it ain't gonna be as tight. You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
go for those touch ups, those in betweens. Even if you're getting break, you got to. So sometimes we're not getting as consistent every day, every week. We used to get it around our whole community. So we just need to reinforce it and give credit to the people that are out here doing it. It's not getting praised for it. I know teachers that are doing it. I know administrators. I know just community members, neighbors. There are people that are doing the right thing and saying it. We have to be more vigilant and give them credit. Like we gotta press up that and promote the good that's being done
And
more.
that's the part that's missing. I love the fact that on here I can bring more black males to on purpose to
Hmm.
let people know that I know a whole bunch of black men who are getting it done, single fathers who are
Absolutely.
getting it done, um, and have awesome careers. So again, I'm not uh, repeating what they want us to say or want it to be the truth. I'm not doing it. Just like
Hmm.
anything else, you have a responsibility um, of being accountable. Like, no, I'm not. That's not what I. No, absolutely not.
Hmm.
The other thing is, if you notice, I said the village.
That's right.
So I know it's going to take us coming together again, not for a political feat. That no, not for somebody in the pulpit. None of that. It's a heart thing. And you can't buy that. You can't. If you wasn't in it, it's hard to pretend.
Yeah.
And so I remember all the time, before we had a paycheck, we was borrowing Kool-Aid. We was borrowing sugar. We was
Hmm.
borrowing
Sometimes
Coke
electricity and water.
whatever. Right. Until payday or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. We didn't let nobody struggle. We didn't know. And it wasn't about just my household, it was the whole block.
That's funny you say that. Um, so when I say my parents had a business, it wasn't a big fancy business. Now it was a good business, but I remember us having credit back
Hmm.
then. It wasn't credit cards. It was a little box with index cards, and we wrote your name on it. People came in between their check. They in between the first and the 31st, they'd come in like I want to get some stuff, and we would write down what they got. I remember doing this as 8, 9 year old, 10 year old. Write down what they have, total it up, tell them their total, and then on the first or the second, they would come back in. They shop again, get their produce, they plant flowers. They'd be like, "What's my bill?" And I pay it, and then they pay for their new stuff. And the pride, the relief that I saw people get. And this is grown people. I can remember this as a child. And I know my parents didn't have to do that. They could have been like, "Oh, we're not doing that. We're not trusting these people." Because it wasn't like we did a credit check on them. We didn't have ID or anything. It's just they came in before we get their name, but the ability to help them eat healthy, feed their family, take care of themselves, and be able to make it to that next check, um, yeah, that still gets me to this day. Because they didn't have to do that, but I saw people's families and some of my classmates or neighbors or people I knew. People come from all over the city to that little fruit market on the east side and buy their produce with a smile. Black folks, white folks, like some of anybody came in there. But it was a black-owned produce store right in on the east side of Detroit, and that gave me such confidence and such fulfillment knowing I could do that. So you're right about saying that. We worked together, and I got to see that firsthand, and I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, that's something that we have to get back to. More of it, of investing in other people's kids. Um,
Hmm.
all of this is full circle. It was done to me, and so I do it now. Um, taking care of the elderly, the widows, like the Bible say you supposed to.
Oh,
They forget all about that. But anyway, that's
mm,
all. I'm not about to fall down the rabbit hole. Anywho,
that's a good hole to go down.
I remember when. Tell us the I remember when story. It could be from anywhere,
Okay.
anytime.
I remember when. Let's go in a short version. I remember when I went to a Halloween party, costume Halloween party. I was told it was a costume Halloween party. I got invited by the organist at my church, the small church, and she used to bring her niece with her to the church. So she was from the west side. I'm on the east side, so she was a cute girl, you know. So I got invited to her party, costume party, and I made a costume myself. I created it, put it together, hodgepodge it together. I get there, I get dropped off. No ride, no cell phones back at this point. My brother dropped me off, and I was like, "You can come as late as you want to, you know, because I want to have a good time." I got there, I was the only one in the costume, and none of my cousins or friends from church showed up. So it was just her niece, her friends, all these people from the west side. Nobody in costume. They all got their fresh gear on. So I'm like, let me stay in the corner. I got this mask on. I'm gonna hide out over here, and in the basement over here by the laundry. And then I got embarrassed because they started saying, "Who is that? Who is that?" And she's like, "I don't know." So she walked over and snatched the mask off me, and I was like, "Oh," she was like, "Oh, that's just Horace. My auntie invited him." I was like, "Oh," so I was so embarrassed on so many levels. I thought I'd be straight with my mask on, but yeah, I remember that being
Mm,
solo dolo at a costume party, and I'm the only one in costume.
then that's crazy. Mm, 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 mm. So, what's a lesson you learned the hard way?
Uh, don't spend money for a show that you get booked on before you get paid.
Okay.
You know, you're like, "Oh, we got you booked. All right, I bet. How much I'm getting? All right." So you go spend on it. I got this. I can do that. Then come to that date, you ain't get no deposit. Day up, they cancel.
Mm,
So you out of luck. Yeah, I don't call the show booked until I have contract in hand and deposit.
okay. So how did you actually get into comedy?
I, I like to say the first time, I used to think it was the first time was at U of M in Michigan, but actually the first time I did comedy was in eighth grade. We had a fundraiser at our school for this is the middle school, Go Lightly Middle School, and I couldn't sing. I wasn't a singer. I could dance and I could rap, so I did that. But I wanted to do something solo. I did that with a couple of my friends. We had a little group, rap group, but I wanted to do something solo, and so I was real corny. So I just embraced my corniness. You got to embrace your corniness. And so I called myself the king of corn, and I wrote some corny jokes. And I took a couple jokes out there that I heard was corny, remixed them, and I did a whole set. And I was like, I'm gonna really embrace it. I got some of the younger kids in the elementary school to walk behind me with signs. So like as I did my jokes, they would be like, "Laugh, please," you know. And so since it was kids and parents there, you know, parents gonna be,
Yeah.
encouraging to you. But it's like a clock or a handle. It's like if this is corny, if you take it so far past it, it becomes funny. You just gotta go to that right edge. It's like going up to that edge. So that was the first time I ever did stand up. And then I didn't pick the mic up like that again, like on stage, really holding it until I was in at Michigan, and I did the Kappa talent show. The Kappas had that was like the biggest talent show on campus, and I came in second place.
What year were you there?
That was in '92. Yeah.
Mm, well,
Yep. The one you saw me at in '96. That was the second time I got booked by U of M. So I went from being a student there, just performing for fun, to actually getting booked by the university to come and perform. So that was that by itself was a success.
Wow. Yeah, 92. I was just probably graduating middle school, going to high school.
Dang, put it on me like that. um, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That part.
Oh,
Let's see. If you could sit down and have a conversation with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
hmm. That dead and alive part always gets me because it's like you want to pick somebody notable if you figure if it's even dead. Um, Honestly, at this point, right now, it would be my dad. He passed about 7 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, just from the personal side, I would like to have just a conversation with him um, because he was my hero, my mentor. If I had an idol at that time growing up, it was him. Him and my mom together, just how he treated her and respected her, and how much he sacrificed for us. Like I think when you're a great dad, the product of what you do is felt after you pass, after you're gone, or much older into our adult years. Single mama, you can see that when you're little. We get that. They nurture us, they birth us, we get to appreciate them at that point. Not that we can't appreciate them more, but with dads, it's really revealed over time. So it would be my dad. If it were somebody else, if I were to pick someone else, I would say um, probably um, I would think it would be somebody here now. Either I would like to talk to President Obama. I'd like to have a conversation with him because I always wanted to be president. From the time I can remember, I said I was going to be the first black president. Like that's the track I was on, elementary, middle, high school, even in college. That's what I wanted to do. So to see him attain that, and to do it in the way he did it, and having the family that he has, and the way that he endured such hardship in that role, I would love to have a conversation, like a nice, long, casual conversation with him, um, because that could apply to my life now and things that I could be better at and do better.
Hmm. Let's see. Barack Obama.
That's a good
Definitely my
question.
dad. My dad passed away from kidney failure in 2016.
You said
Um,
20.
2016.
Okay. Definitely. My
And
heart goes out to you.
he was a kidney patient for 18 years. That's unheard
Really?
of.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard of that.
Yep, 18 years. Um, we were having a conversation with my siblings. I'm the oldest.
Okay.
And my sister said something that I never paid attention to. She said, all my life, dad was sick.
Mm, yeah.
So she
It's
don't know the super part. Like, dad taught me how
yeah.
to fight, wrestle, all of that. Because I was the oldest. So I had to
Hmm.
protect my siblings. And I wasn't no punk. So
You still ain't.
it still ain't. So yeah.
Isn't that amazing? That perspective. Same parent, whole different perspective.
Yep. Didn't know until, we also, with that in mind, we all grieve differently. So with
Hmm.
me being the oldest, my mom told me she just wanted to show up. She didn't want to. My mom checked out really. And I was there to make sure she was good. It was not easy because
Hmm.
she'd been with him since I was little, a baby. So that's a long time to be with one person. Um, and so my brother was, out of town. That's where he lives. And my sister was like, okay, I'll wait until she get off work to tell her.
Okay.
And it was a very interesting um, transition. And dad would always say, get back to your first love, which is
Mm,
English, writing.
yeah.
Um, And after he passed away, that's when I started really writing again and getting back to me. Um, so I said all that to say that cherish the ones you love because you don't know when their time is up or your time is up. Um,
Absolutely.
so those little moments I get to cherish. Matter of fact, in honor of my dad, Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to be here this weekend
Oh, it's okay. At
at the
the
Fox.
Fox. Okay. That's a
And I
band right
said,
there.
what? When I first knew about their tickets, I said, oh, this is all I'm going. I'm telling people now, I'm going to cry the whole show. I
Mm.
promise you. I'm not gonna put no lashes on. I probably ain't gonna put no makeup on because it's gonna be raccoon around here. It's not. No. Somebody must have called them. I don't know what's going on. If you could, what is? Well, he'll be back. You guys, if you can do me a favor and share all of that wonderful things. I'm not sure what's going on with you might have to go out and come back in.
Okay.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. So it's still not showing me or giving out the notifications that I'm live. I don't know what's going on. So yeah,
All right. Sorry about that.
it's okay.
So Earth, Wind, and Fire. So was that his favorite band?
Yes.
Okay. Was he a singer too? Could he sing? Or could he pantomime? Could he pretend to sing?
I mean, he tried it,
Yeah, all
but
right.
yeah, that wasn't his calling.
All right.
Mm-mm.
He could put on a show though, right? He could.
Yeah, now he was a great dancer.
Oh, that's all you need there.
I learned how to ballroom with my dad.
Come on now.
Yep,
That's
they don't
awesome.
do that no more. Come on, daddy first. What we were doing that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Your first dance with your mama, with your daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I learned how to dance from my parents.
That is awesome.
See,
Man,
I'm young, but I got an old soul.
just grown. I don't even call it old. Cause
Yeah, girl.
I did an event. It's funny you say I love performing at the Aretha Franklin. Just the ambiance of it, the atmosphere, the backdrop. Literally, it's the water, it's the
Mm-hmm.
river. You get the boats and everything behind you. The horizon, the scenery as it's going down. But I did an event for seniors, so it's about 3,000 seniors out there. Senior Friendship Day. Now, kids and seniors, I call them grown people. They will tell you the truth. Whatever your talent is, if you don't have it, they gonna let you know. But when you do have it, they appreciate you so much, and they are funny. So being with them grown people, man, I love that. So you ain't got an old soul. They'll tell you, like you just getting started, girl.
Right, exactly.
Hmm. They have mistakes that's older than you.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm okay, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Um, what is something people would be surprised to know about you?
Uh, Something they'd be surprised to know about me. Well, before this interview, yeah, because afterwards they gonna see it. Um, I got shot before. Yeah, I saw that face. Look, hey, they don't let the
Shot
light skin
with
don't let the
a
light skin
needle,
fool you.
a
No,
needle.
Nah,
What?
what a, yeah. Mhm.
What you was doing?
Wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't
You
doing
try to
nothing
steal
wrong.
somebody's girlfriend? What you do?
No, I wasn't even like that. See, people think that. People are surprised. Even my it's funny, my kids was like, wait a minute. When they got to talking to each other one day, I was listening. It was like, Daddy he really got shot. Because people had their opinions. But no, actually, I found out later. It ended up becoming a part of my act for a while. Um, it was a mistaken identity. I got caught in a drive-by. People thought I was somebody else. And the funny thing, talking about dads, I was at home in my neighborhood. I was home for the summer from school, and my dad says, "You don't need to go on walking up there. It ain't like it used to be." And I was like, "It's fine. I'm at home. You know what I mean? I'm on campus being pro-black at the Black Student Union and all that. I'm like supporting my community." I was like, "I'm at home. I got to be able to be free at home. Like I can walk the streets. Listen to your mom and daddy. That's all I can say." He told me. About 10 minutes later, I was like, "Man." So yeah,
Where did you get
that's
shot
something.
at?
In my leg. I was in the hospital a couple weeks and then on crutches for about a year, almost a year. Yeah.
Speaking of U of M, were you there when they allowed the Ku Klux Klan to march down the Diet?
Um, I wasn't there. Like I wasn't on campus then, but I remember when it happened.
Listen,
Uh,
I was there, sir.
oh, you was there, right in the midst
I
of it.
was there. It was this. It was 96.
You saw
And
the K, the K, and the K, huh?
what? Them in sheets with their shotguns. And I was like, wait, this 1996. What you mean? What is happening here?
Mhm.
And it was the wake up call that you are not in Kansas. And everything prior to that moment, oh, I feel it shaking right now.
Mm.
It wasn't fake. You know, like we see these movies and we read them in a book, and um that happened my freshman year. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, hey, come get me. I'm leaving school right now.
Like this
My
ain't gonna work.
parents called my grandmother. She called me and she said, you will not be leaving
Mm-hmm.
school. That right there proves that you should be there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was the experience that we as the Black community or Hispanic, all of us that was diverse, had a
Mm-hmm.
conversation without saying a word.
So that was the one thing about being on campus there, and I'll say about Michigan that I experienced. It was like having a smaller. It felt like sometimes having a smaller, like black college inside of U of M, because the black community, for the most part, I mean, we spoke, we talked, we chatted, we shared and connected with one another. So, like you said, that unspoken part. Um, when I first got there, it was some racist stuff. It was a young lady that was a freshman. Her roommate wrote some racist stuff on her door, and so and said some stuff to her. So that next day, I think we had one meeting, and I think 2 days later, well, they reported it to the administration. They didn't do anything right away. So all the black people that could wore all black and showed up at her dorm, her cafeteria for
Yeah.
dinner. So it was a
Yeah,
blackout.
yeah, I had a I think that they were I think we was four to a room at one point, and not too
Mhm.
long after that, you know, the other people left, and there was just me and this one girl, and she thought that she was gonna bully me. I said, listen, ma'am, this is what's gonna happen. We gonna live together and we gonna get along, or else.
Hmm.
What you doing and this unsaid and all this attitude stuff, that listen, I am from Detroit, the east side at that.
Come on, he said.
Don't You don't want these problems.
Mm-mm.
And
They
I was
learn
really
quickly.
bad then. So thank you, Jesus, for deliverance.
Man,
Oh, mm-mm. But yeah, that was definitely one for the books for sure.
eye opener. And then you got people experiencing that now. They look, it's 2025, still having
That's
these situations.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So let me ask this question: what makes you different from the rest?
Hmm. How much time you got?
Listen, I can go to sleep and wake up.
My humility. Let's start with that. I had to learn what humility is. Reading the Bible will teach you what real humility is. I used to think it was like never taking credit, never doing nothing. For you to like deflecting everything away from you. It's like, nah. Because it says in the Bible that Moses was the meekest man on the earth. Meek is being a synonym for that. But then once I started studying the Bible, I realized that in that book, Moses is the one that wrote that book. I was like, come on, Moses, with your little selfie in the book.
Right,
Uh, or somebody like John saying, the disciple, he called himself the disciple that Jesus loved. I was like, come on now, brother. So, but I would say I'm very humble. I am considerate. I have a big heart full of love from people pouring into me, and so I have great compassion for others and empathy and intelligence to be able to consider two sides of it. I have a good argumentative mind that I can think of the other side quite naturally. So that helps me in pretty much everything, especially in something like comedy, because I can approach something in a different way, or I can anticipate how people may see it or hear it, and write in that way. Um, I would say intelligence and sense of humor too.
hmm,
Those things help me to navigate life. And what else makes me different? Just that upbringing. I mean, just thinking of that. I'm it's like I'm the it's it's like sugar free pop. Like how can you have pop that's sugar free? Like it's still pop, but it's more of a negative. So it's like I'm in from Detroit on the east side, but I ain't ghetto. They like to say we ghetto. No, just um, grounded. Uh, I'm light skinned, but I ain't get none of those light skinned tendencies or privileges.
right. Privileges.
Yeah,
And
like I ain't grow up with none of that stuff. Um, grew up in the city, but I have a country dynamic and understanding. It's like I know how to raise animals and plant plants and flowers and run a garden. Uh, I'm just balanced. I just say that I'm very balanced and not what you'd expect from just looking at me.
how tall are you?
6'2".
You are.
And see, there we go again. Yeah, that's that Clark Kent though. When I'm in person, it's Clark Kent. I'm just unassuming. I look shorter.
I was
My
like, wait,
my bang ain't out when I'm Clark Kent. Then when I go on stage, I'm 6'2". I'm Superman. I got the little curl and all that.
maybe it's in your heels.
That's how I carry myself. That's what Clark used to do. He would carry himself in a very unassuming way.
Yes, I'm like,
Yeah, I don't tower over people. I don't want to intimidate them.
right. I'm like, wait, you 6'2"?
Yeah, see.
Maybe my
But
math is wrong.
just look at the picture. Let me take a picture standing right next to you and standing straight up. You'll be like, yeah, he's 6'2".
I'm gonna have to look at them pictures again.
But I was covered down. Want to
No,
make you
no,
feel
it was.
comfortable. I was trying to accommodate your size. I was trying to make.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yeah, that's right. So I want to block. I didn't want to block the sunshine. I wanted to just partake of it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, how
Sure.
tall are you?
5'8".
Okay, you got good height for a woman. Yeah, that's tall for women.
Mm-hmm. You still get these hands though, but
Ah, you got to reach further with them though. But then that helps though, because your height is your breath too,
you you
your
fall
wingspan.
in the hole. Don't do that.
What's
Don't
that?
come on back.
No, I'm saying that our height is our wingspan, so that means that gives you more reach. So yeah. So you got 5'8" reach all the way. That's pretty good. Now your dad taught you how to box?
I don't box,
Well,
but I
street boxing.
fight.
What you
Yes, my dad did.
okay.
And
Yeah.
then all the guys in my neighborhood, back in was it Electric Boogaloo, right?
Oh
When
yep.
they had all the break dancers and they had that one female
Oh that was you. You come
with
from
my
behind
track
them.
suit on. What?
The secret weapon come from behind.
No matter what? What? You what? I better go get another female or else. Listen,
That's true. That is true. That's
that was
very
me,
true.
the
Hmm.
biggest tomboy ever. The
See,
Lord is the deliverance. Woo!
man, I was the kid like that. With my since I was the youngest, I would hang out with my brothers and sisters and their friends. So like when the high school or something would have an event, I was the little kid that would pop out in the talent shows or the battles. Yeah, that surprise guess. So that's dope though. It was one girl in the group. You had to have at least one girl.
I had to have one girl, and she better bring it or
That's,
else.
yeah, she was. Yeah, she had to. Hmm. What was your dance name?
I don't even remember.
Come on now. When did Sunshine come along?
Maybe a couple of years ago.
Okay.
That was, how most people say comedians have like the worst life and then they make fun of their pain.
Hmm.
So Sunshine was birthed through pain.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask how did Sunshine dawn on you?
That's
Mm,
cute.
I
But
like that.
I did. I'm gonna put that in my pocket.
Go ahead.
So my friend LV had this shirt made, right?
Aw.
It's the sun, that's me, and I say however all the time. So in honor of that, however,
How-
what motivates you to continue to keep going?
Uh, the first, the first of every month, bills are due. Um, Children, the uh, definitely being able as a man to take care of yourself and take care of your family, help, want to do nice things for people. That's a motivation. Probably just that indomitable spirit though. Like I don't quit, can't quit. You don't stay down, and I just want to see more. I have a great vision and expectation for myself and for the world, and I want to get it. So I
And
just don't. I don't believe I can stay down or be down. That things will stay back. Like I, I'm filled with hope and faith,
that's
and expectation. Yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Um, what is your advice or tip for the village today?
Mm. Advice or tip for the village. Hmm. I would say because the season we're in, take a walk every day. Take a walk and put your phone in your pocket or leave it at the house. Just take a walk and listen for the first half of the walk. Just listen, and then the second half you can talk. Talk to yourself. Talk to the Lord. Just kind of talk it out. But take that time to listen first. And do that every day. It's great for us.
Yes. Will lead into my next question, which is, what does a balanced life look like for you?
Eating dessert before I eat my veggies. No, no, that's not balance. Um, that's not personal balance. No, I'm sorry. Hey, some things you gotta have. Balance. It's all in how you look at things. Perspective. That's it. There it goes. Change your perspective sometimes. Um, Imagine it from the other perspective. My daughter did that for me. I do not like the inbread. You know what I mean? 2 pieces. So she had this thing. She liked to bring it to me and use it. Even if the loaf is full, she'll reach past it and get that one in the back and in the front. So one day I was like, Micah, don't bring me no inbread. So she brought it back with them 2 pieces on it. I said, what did I tell you? She said, it ain't the end, it's the beginning. I
Wow.
said, you know what? You're right. Whichever way you come from, it's the beginning. So perspectives. Uh, Balanced life looks like being able to see the other perspective. And whatever it takes for you to see that perspective, if you can get that perspective from somebody else's story, testimony, experience, reading about it, hearing about it, or if you have to go through it sometime, whatever it is, get the other perspective before you make final decisions.
That's different. Because I'm one that don't like the inbred. I don't.
You know how you can eat it? Flip it inside out. So put the brown part, which let it brown, flip
Yeah.
it around. Yeah. Put that on the meat or on whatever you're packaging up on the PB and J. Um,
That gives me, I'm glad you said that. So my special father who passed away, right?
mhm.
He didn't drink milk at all. So one day we go to his house and he's eating cereal. And we're like, what's in your bowl if you're not using milk? He said water.
He put water in it.
He put water in his cereal.
Mm.
And he said, whoever said that you had to drink or eat cereal with milk?
The dairy companies. You
Exactly.
right.
He was like, first of all, I'm lactose intolerant and
Hmm.
milk really does something to me. So since I know that, why would I torture myself? And I love cereal. So what is the alternative? Either something else to make it easy to come down or just eat it dry.
Yeah. See? Yeah. So he liked Friday. He liked that scene in Friday. Just put some water.
Yes,
Bread. Yes.
absolutely. I was like, wow, never paid attention to that. Like, yeah, who did say that we had to? And that's just like even with people mixing certain things together that you'd be like, ugh, where you get that combination from? Like, well,
Hmm.
it tastes good to me, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Because some of the
And
stuff I be eating, mm-mm.
yeah,
Are you
I
a
can think of
Thanksgiving person when it comes
a
to dinner?
Thanksgiving.
Dinner.
Like, do I like it or do I make it?
Well, hey, both. Since you put
Yeah,
that out there,
both. So I always enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner. My grandma Nanny used to always make it. She lived to be 97, and we all knew we went over Nanny's house for Thanksgiving for the most part. Um, so Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners were big dinners for me. And then since I've been grown, and in the more recent years, I started kicking. After my dad passed, I did Thanksgiving once for my mom. The kids, I started doing it. I could always cook and do the sides, but I hadn't ventured into the turkey till maybe probably about 7 years ago. First time I did a fried one, and then I was like, "What the? This slap!" We actually did them. Me and a friend of mine, we fried them to donate to people for Thanksgiving that didn't have dinners. But while we was cooking them, I got to partake of some of that goodness, and I was like, I got to do this next year. So since then, yeah, my birds be
you
slapping.
need my address.
Yeah, go ahead. Put it in the chat.
No, I'm not doing that. But I will say, most of the stuff that people eat for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I do not.
You don't? So I will say this, like when I was growing up though, I didn't eat macaroni and cheese.
We
I
gonna stop
didn't
talking. Stop.
not I didn't like candy yams. I would do the greens. I like green beans. I definitely like the meat, the whether it was the turkey, the capon, the birds, any of the birds. Um, Rolls, yes. Biscuits, no. Didn't like cornbread. Still don't like cornbread. Um, so it was a lot of stuff I didn't eat that my family ate, and they'd be like, "You sure?" Um, I've developed a better taste for some of those now. Like I still don't do. Well, I'll do candy yams, and I started eating macaroni and cheese. One time in college, I got hungry. we was studying for midterms, and me and my boy Jason was at the library, and he had some leftovers from his mom. He had some candy yams, some dressing, which I didn't eat dressing either. Ugh. He had some dressing, macaroni and cheese, a little turkey, some gravy, and we at the library. You know how it is. You in college, you ain't got a bunch of bread. Um, and he was like, "You want some of this?" I was like, okay." I ate. I don't know what his mama put in that food. I've been chasing the dragon ever since. But after that day, I started eating dressing, macaroni and cheese. Um, yeah. So she changed my life in that way.
Listen here. My regular plate must have. Well,
Mhm.
I didn't really care for turkey.
Okay.
I
Dark or
actually,
light?
I don't, I could do
Dark
without.
or light.
It's not too far from you, period. Dark or like, don't come for
Look,
me,
you
sir. Don't do it.
call
Don't,
me. Hey, call me Uber. I'm coming for you.
don't do it. So definitely macaroni and cheese, right?
Mhm.
Some type of greens, cabbage. Oh, cabbage is
I'm
my
not.
favorite.
Nah, see, you talking. You on my street right now.
No yams. No dressing. Yuck. Um, potato salad for sure.
Yes, always been. Well, depending on who's making it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like dressing. Never have. And cranberry sauce, yes.
Mm-mm.
And
Oh, cranberry. Ugh.
listen here, sir.
Listen, that is the WA. That's the wrong answer. You can keep that crayon and that berry.
And then let's see. What is something else? A nice salad.
Salad. Okay. I can mess with that salad. I learned to appreciate salad more
Yeah, for
as an
sure.
adult. Hmm.
But yeah, some most of that stuff people eat. You miss me all day. Nope, don't want it. But give me a whole pan of macaroni and cheese. It's gonna be clogged up for a while, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
See that? That cheese be doing something.
Woo!
I went my whole childhood and teenage years without eating cheese. I couldn't stand it.
You couldn't stand cheese?
No, and still
Not even a
now,
grilled cheese sandwich?
ugh, what is that? Ugh. I,
What?
oh, uh,
You whoa! You
uh
Jesus!
my brothers and them loved it because it was more for them. But yeah,
Woo!
I just
Woo!
I eat cheese now, so now I can appreciate good macaroni and cheese. But I it's not like one of them things I gotta have. It's that cheese. Like cheese is okay to me. I like the noodles though. I like pasta, so that's
Yeah.
what get me on it. So if you layer it right and cook it right, that's really what pulled me in. Um, and what was the other one you said? The dressing. Dressing I'll only eat with like one of the other two. Like I won't just eat dressing by itself. But
Nope.
if it's with some slapping,
And I'm about to smack you with this one.
uh oh,
You ready?
I'm ready.
I don't like sweet potato pie. I don't like banana pudding. I don't like none of that cooked fruit pudding, cobbler. Yuck. I don't like none of that.
So guess what? We must be fraternal twins because I don't like none of that either. Uh-uh. Give me some cake. Give me some pound cake or some
Yes.
birthday cake, some sheet cakes. But none of that salt. I don't like all that gushy. Keep all that.
Now I will do. I love lemon meringue, and I do love pecan pie. But all that
See,
apple, cherry, ugh,
see, I don't do
ugh,
no pie, and I don't eat no nuts. So you can
shut.
listen. Yuck. Yuck.
We what she says, she had the wrong people in the kitchen. I just everyone says that, but
Hmm.
I can't
Ah,
get past. I don't know if it's the texture or just the cooked fruit. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't. I'll eat fruit. I don't like canned peaches. I'll eat like I like my stuff firm. Like I'd rather like I'll eat peaches. I'll eat oranges, but stuff when they start to putting in all that other stuff, cooking it hot. I don't like it hot. Like who want hot fruit? That's ugh, ugh. Keep that.
Oh, you okay? So
Brother
bracing
Jay says
yourself,
yep. I'm bracing myself. Okay.
bracing yourself.
All right. Let me get my
Okay.
part together. Make sure my edge is tight. Okay. Can't be on here disgracing
Did you
myself.
did you just shake your head like you had some hair?
Yeah, that's right. You got to be done.
Okay. So there's the good part before I get to the church announcements
Mm-mm.
is what's a song that will get you through and you got to sing it.
And I gotta sing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple of them. Uh, one is I was just singing it the other day. It's um the I'm gonna come back to that one. That one I'm trying to think of the title of it. I'm one of them people. Sometimes I don't remember the title, but I know some of the lyrics. So
Yeah.
I'll be on Google and on Siri like such and such such and such. They said they're gonna meet at the corner. Like what's that song? Um, so for I say for a gospel one, I love that that worship song Gyra. That's dope. I love me some Fred Hammond uh, from the chapter book. That the old one, the older one. Oh man, I can rock with that. Uh,
So you want me to stop you now because you naming songs, but you ain't sung out nothing yet.
oh, you want me to sing it in here? Oh, you
Uh,
playing?
oh yeah,
Okay,
you hear me when I said it?
okay. So, okay, look, I got one for you.
Uh oh,
See,
I'm
I like
scared.
some old stuff. I did this one in the but see, I be remaking songs too. So some songs I like, I changed the lyrics on them with my comedy. But one I like is that song by Jagged Edge and Reverend Run, the remix. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope, you got to sing it.
I gotta say, uh, meet me at the altar with your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, girl. We might as well do it. Let's get married. What's going on across the sea? It ain't nothing, shorty frontin'. They ain't coming with me. Now I didn't already gave you the keys to the range, and your last name about to change. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to do it to him. I don't want to do it to him.
Oh, I was feeling it.
But yeah, that's my karaoke go-to. I like that one.
Well, it's my turn to sing to you.
Okay, I like that better. Oh, I got a lyric I sing all the time. I will say this.
Well,
My
go ahead.
favorite lyric.
Go ahead. What
My
is it?
favorite lyric. You'll hear this if you hang around me any length of time. Ooh yeah, that's it. You gonna hear that
I was really waiting on some what?
if you ever in a meeting somewhere or an event or at a grocery store or something. You just walk around and you just hear, ooh yeah. You know Horace is in the building. I'm in there somewhere. It just do something to you. Get down in you. Go ahead, try it one time. Try it. Just, ooh yeah.
Mm-mm.
Uh
No, that's hilarious because I was
huh.
like really, really waiting for you to.
One time I was at this party. It was an after party for a comedy show, and I was learning how to do some Chicago stepping. And I was out there. We having a good time, and the DJ spinning, and he was playing Jodeci. And then the record just started sounding different, real clear. I was like, man, it sounds real clear. Like, what is that? It's like, this is a remix. We look over in the DJ booth. It's KC and JoJo in there on the mic singing with the DJ. Because they was at the event earlier. They fell through. And I was like, "Ah," and I was just like, ooh, yeah. So it just kind of, it stuck with me from there.
Wow, what are the odds? That's amazing.
Yeah, that was quite amazing. But yeah, your song you about to do. Serenade. Come on. Give it to me.
Hmm. Let me turn this air off me because that's not good for my vocal cords.
Oh, this is a professional. Go on. Put your scarf on too. Come on. Get your stuff
Woo, you
together,
funny.
Mariah.
Yeah, make sure.
Me. Give us a lemon water. Give us some lemon water. Okay. Some sweet tea. Give it to her.
Oh God. Woo. Oh, okay. The blood that Jesus shed for me. Mm, way back on Calvary, the blood that gives me strength from day to day. It will never lose its power, for it reaches
Come on.
to the highest mountain,
Come on. And what it cover?
and it flows to the lowest valley. Oh yeah, oh the blood that gives me strength from day to day. It will never lose its power.
Yes. Come on, blood. See, I'm glad you sang it for me because I never get all the words when the church be singing it. I'll be like, what? It never loses what? We need some subtitles up there. What? Come on. Put that on the screen. I don't know what they said at the end. Thank you. I appreciate it. See, that's the updated. That's the newer version of it. The one I grew up on that just always gets me is the I knew it was the blue. I know it was the blue. I know it was the blue for me. Then they come in. One day when I was
I was
alone,
lost. He
he
died
died
on
on
the
the
cross.
cross. What I know? I know it was
You
the
got me
blue
singing in the basement. I
for
can't sing that
me.
low.
Hey, that's and you know they would come in. That's when them deacons would come in. They'd be singing. That was awesome, girl. Thank you.
Sweet communion.
Yeah, see, I ain't know we. See, I got them gospel songs. I really, you know, a song I really like
I'm
because they
listening.
this choir sang it. I tease my boy. I could text my boy. He's a dope artist too, and a great educator. He worked with kids, youth, everybody. I could text him right now and just say, "You deserve it." Oh, he'd lose it. He'd start cracking up because we was in church one time and the choir didn't learn a bunch of songs, so they just kept singing, "You deserve it." They did it like 12 times. You know, you deserve it. So it's like we was on repeat. So whenever I was on them, but I like that song. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you
Listen.
for that. I appreciate that. See, you're a vocalist. You're a singer.
Well, thank you. I tried. Today, my mom, well, she'll be coming home from the hospital tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And what they thought was cancer, it is not
Mm,
cancer.
come on.
And so in my spirit, come on, Jesus,
Yes. Come on.
is I know
Mm.
it was the blood, and it reaches to the highest, the lowest,
Hmm.
never. You're gonna make me get up off this couch.
Come
It
on
will
to the highest. You get to the top of that updo, all the way down to the bottom of them French tips.
it will never,
Cover you.
it will never lose its
Mm.
power.
That's awesome. Congratulations for that. Blessing to your mind.
He don't play about his kids now. God don't play about his kids.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But just know, Mr. Sanders,
I can see
I
Jesus.
usually give this disclaimer that once you have a conversation with me,
Hmm.
you're gonna be booked and busy.
Come on with it. I knew it was something coming.
Booked and busy, sir. So speaker, you outside.
That's
Let
right.
daddy
We
know where
outside.
we want to go. Let daddy know the dreams, the platforms, the who's a who,
Yes.
what I say earlier. They might not have known you before,
Hmm.
but they gonna know you.
I heard you when you said it too. I was listening.
I'm glad that you heard me.
Hmm.
You have you have no idea, sir. Because you're doing it God's way. Okay, I'm not about to do this. I'm not. I got on makeup, God.
Hmm.
I got on makeup today. Now we was gonna do all of this. You should have said it earlier. That I wouldn't have put none on.
Hey, it's coming. It's running down. It's like the ointment. It ran down the beard. Come on. Don't fight it. Make it worse.
Don't it? Woo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You just
As my dad say, that's how we wash out our eyeballs. That's how God wash our eyeballs with tears. Don't
the
clean them
impact
out.
that you have on this life because you did it God's way. I'm gonna read this to you because I feel this in my spirit too.
Yes, ma'am.
There's two scriptures that I repeat constantly because I just I believe it. I do. So in your hearing, I know you don't have your Bible with you. Um, you
I
already
got one now. Where you at? I can grab it.
are you gonna grab it?
Yeah. Where you at?
So we're gonna go to Amos 9.
You said famous or Amos?
Amos.
Okay. I thought we was getting cookies. Okay. Let me go to
Mm-mm.
Amos.
Amos.
All right. What street is he near? You know, people don't know the address. Like, where is he? Is he near Livernois? Is he near DeQuinda?
So he is Old Testament.
I know that, but come on now. Now you're gonna
Joel
respect me.
and Obadiah. He's in
Okay,
between.
I got you. Go on past Proverbs and all that. And Jeremiah, go ahead. You're gonna make a left a little bit after that. You're gonna see a fire hydrant and a stop
Mm-hmm.
sign. Hmm. If you get to Zephaniah, you went too far.
This word. Come on, Jesus.
Sound like directions, don't it?
You close?
I'm close. Okay. I see that. I see that Haggai. All right.
All right, let me see here.
Go ahead. You go with me. You can start reading it.
Nope, you need to keep going back.
Yep, I am. What chapter is it?
We in Amos 9. Amos 9. Chapter
All right.
9. I'm going to read from the Message. You got King James, sir?
This is the, tell you what version this is. It's an amplified version.
Amen.
Yeah, give me the
So
remix.
I was having this vision in my sleep.
Okay.
And you know how, like, you know that Jesus was a carpenter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He was building things.
He was building stuff, repairing stuff, and it just
Mm.
dawned on me.
Oh, repairing. I like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was repairing stuff.
That is.
So if y'all got your Bibles with y'all, we gonna go to the book of Amos,
Mm-hmm.
and chapter 9. Follow your fingers down to verse 11. Let me know when you're there. See, God is funny because I didn't even expect none of this to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he'll tell you something on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amos 9.
Yep.
Yep.
Amos
Okay.
9. You there, sir?
Yep. I got it. Obadiah was trying to cover it up from me. I got you.
Oh, we don't want to be covered up now.
Mm-mm. Okay. And what verse are we at?
We at 11.
9:11. Okay.
I ain't even paying no attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so excuse me. No. Yes. Give me just 1 second because I got the other one I need to read too.
Okay.
John chapter 15.
She working a double today.
Listen,
Overtime.
you pulling on me.
It's get time and a half for this one, for that second one.
All right. So I'm reading out the Message.
Okay.
So the title of this says "Blessings like wine pouring off the mountains." You ready to? You ready?
I'm listening.
All right. But also on that judgment day, I'll restore David's house that has fallen to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I'll repair. Come on, carpenter. I'll
Mm-hmm.
repair the holes in the roof,
Come on.
replace the broken windows, fix it up like new.
Mm.
David's people will be strong again and seize what's left of enemy Edom. Plus, everyone else under my sovereign judgment, God's decree, he will do this. Yes, indeed. It won't be long now. Horace, did you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
It won't be long now, God's decree. Things are going to happen so fast, your head will swim. One thing fast on the heels of another. You won't be able to keep up. Everything will be happening at once, and everywhere you look, blessings, blessings like wine pouring off the mountains and hills. I'll make everything right again for my people Israel. They'll rebuild their ruined cities. They'll plant vineyards and drink good wine. They'll work their gardens and eat fresh vegetables, and I'll plant them on their own land. They'll never again. Woo! You
Mm.
almost made me run. They'll never again be uprooted from the land I've given them. God, your God. Who's God?
Yo, God. My
God,
God.
your God says so. Did I
Mm.
make that up? No.
No.
Uh-uh.
It was there when you found it.
Listen. And then
Man.
we was talking about fruit and vegetables and planting and all this stuff. And here is the work. Listen, I
Mm-hmm.
told you God don't play about his. Now
Right.
don't close your Bible. You ready?
I'm
Go
ready.
go to we're gonna go to John chapter 15. Ooh,
All
one of
right.
my
That's in the new book. Okay.
yep. Mm-hmm.
John 15 or 14.
I'm going to 15.
Okay.
Don't go.
Mm. Oh, you're in my favorite one of my favorite books.
Yep, that's one of my favorites. No.
One whom Jesus loved.
Mm-hmm. The good thing about this part is when you in him and you doing his will and you doing it the right way, this is what he said can happen for you or will happen for you. On top of Amos 9. You ready?
I'm ready.
So we gonna read. Woo! God. John 15. We're gonna start at the first verse.
Okay.
All right, village, are y'all there? John chapter 15, verse starting at 1. I am the real vine. Ooh.
Mm.
Jesus. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I am the real vine, and my father is the farmer. Did we not talk about farmers tonight? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He cuts off every branch of me that doesn't bear grapes. Right?
Yeah.
And every branch that is grape bearing, he prunes back so it will bear even more.
Yeah. So you're getting cut either way.
Yep. You are already pruned back by the message I have spoken.
Ah. What's the
Live
message?
in me. Make your home in me, just as I do in you.
Mm.
In the same way, that branch can't bear grapes by itself, but only by being joined to the vine. You
Mm-hmm.
can't bear fruit unless you are joined with me. I am the vine.
Yes.
You are the branches. When you're joined with me and I with you, the relation,
Mm-hmm.
intimate and organic, the harvest is sure to be abundant. Well,
Mm.
abundant. Sorry. Separated, you can't produce a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who separates from me is dead wood, gathered up and thrown on the bonfire.
Yes.
But if you make yourselves at home with me,
Mm.
let me go back to that part. But if,
Mm.
Horace, you make yourselves at home with me, and
I'm
my
reading.
words are at home in you, you can be sure that whatever you ask will be listened to and acted upon.
Mm.
This is how my father shows who he is. When you produce grapes, when you mature as my disciples. I could
Man.
so it
See
said
there?
where was that? I've
Nah.
loved you the way my father has loved me. Make yourselves at home in my love.
Hmm.
If you keep my commands, you'll remain intimately at home in my love. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I've done, kept my father's commands and made myself a home in his love. I've told you these things for a purpose. Horace, are you listening?
Yes.
That my joy might be your joy and your joy wholly mature. This is my command. Love one another the way I loved you. This is the very best way to love. Put your life on the line for your friends. You are my friends when you do the things I command you. I'm no longer calling you servants because
Mm-hmm.
servants don't understand what their master is thinking and planning.
Come on.
No, I've named you friends because I've let you in on everything I heard from the Father. You
Yes.
didn't choose me, remember? I chose you, Horace, and put you in the world to bear fruit, fruit that won't spoil. As fruit bearers, whatever you ask the Father in relation to me, he gives you. But remember, the root command, love one another. John 15, 1 through 17.
You stopped with the right thing.
It starts and ends with love. That's good. He said, "You abide in Him. You can't do it without Him."
Nothing.
Mm. You ain't gotta have no Netflix membership. He got the account. He gave you the passcode. As long as you stick with Him, you can watch whatever you want. Always got access.
You can ask what you will.
He'll give it to you.
Okay,
Cause
Horace. Do you hear what you're saying?
hmm yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you, Sunshine. That's
Yep.
awesome. It's awesome to be able to have these kind of conversations about Him in public. It's personal, it's intimate, but it's public. Other people can get to. God's amazing to create this kind of platform so that we can share Him like that. He can share us, share Himself through us. So, and it all come back to His word. Mm.
Always come back to his word. We
Starts
are
and ends with
nothing without him, but we are everything with him.
everything.
So, Horace, long as you abide with Jesus, ask what you will, and you will have it.
Yes.
The carpenter, you just read, repairing our house.
That's funny. And I can relate to all of that. I got some work I need to do on my roof. A little bit. A little repair.
Listen, carpenter,
Listen, for real, having the right tools makes all the difference. If you don't have it, you got to borrow it or go buy it or get it. But when you have the right stuff, you can do the work easily, much easier.
that's why you're designed the way you are. And this is why you had to do it this way. And now you see.
hmm Yeah, I do.
Ooh, Jesus.
All about that fruit too, man. We had so much fruit we had to work over. We had to like work it over means you go through the boxes, the cases to take out the bad ones because the bad ones will ruin the other ones. But he said his fruit won't spoil. Like that's a huge deal. When you know fruit won't spoil, you ain't got to put it in the cooler. You ain't got to keep it out the heat. You ain't got to lift it up high. You ain't got to watch out for rodents or pet. Like it's not going to spoil. It's going to remain.
This wasn't planned. None of this. And just being obedient.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something and went like, nope, you need to tell him because he understands farmland. He
Yeah,
understands about fruit.
literally.
So keep doing it God's way. Ask what you will. Stay faithful. He got you.
I
You
appreciate
ain't
you.
seen nothing yet.
That's funny. Doing it the right way. I was just telling a story about that too. About an experience I had on stage one time, and I was like, I wish I could do that over again. I would do this differently. And the reason you have those thoughts is not for you to stay in regret. It's so that you can make the shift and appreciate even more God when a better opportunity comes that you learn from. Then that makes that valuable. Then that wasn't, he's the only person that can, people say you can't change the past. No, he can. God is the only person that can change the past. He can make what you thought was a bad experience just be a preparation for a great experience.
Yeah.
He's a time traveler. He can change it.
He
Thank
even
you.
um the intimate relationship that you have with him.
hmm
You don't take a job without consulting him, and he appreciates that because you don't try to go above him, you don't try to go before him, you don't do none of that. If he don't say, you don't go, you don't move, and he appreciate that the respect that you have for him. So of course, Daddy is gonna take care of you because you're an obedient child.
Mm, yeah, that's awesome. This is right on time too.
And the good thing is, your legacy is intact because they watch you. more than they say. But
Mm,
it's your connection to God that they love and admire you about. So keep doing it God's way.
yes, ma'am.
This wasn't supposed to go this way, but however, like my
However,
it's funny to me.
that is hilarious. Man, I love that. That's funny.
Yeah, and one of my, I wanted to be a comedian, kind of, sort of, but it wouldn't have been clean though.
Mm.
Yeah. So let's get into these church announcements. We outside, so ain't no church door. So, so in 2022, I was able to write my first single book, The Blueprint God's Design. It is on Amazon. So I thank you in advance for all the support. In May of 2024, I wrote my second book, Can Prayer Change Things? You're following the life of a pimp and a prostitute. Where are you in the story? Can, will, did it? Get the book and find out. So again, it's on Amazon. I thank you in advance for support of that book. Well, July 4th, I was able of this year wrote my third book.
What?
So I'm in editing stage right now.
Okay.
And it's the diamond in the rough. How many do y'all know the process of a diamond? A gem. So again, soon and very soon that book will be out. And of course, I thank you in advance for the support of that book. And when I tell you, God took me through in every chapter. And it's going to be a great read. If you want to continue to support this show, get to TV land or wherever God is going to take it, you can cash at me at Sunshine Camila, and I thank you in advance for that. This conversation was brought to you by Blacktop Street Bar Association, btsba.com. If you remember AM1 and the main event, that's my big brother. Matter of fact, he just opened a big podcast show in a mall in New Jersey. So again, look up Main Event. Go, I believe it's Main Event and Friends, and he has like 5 or 6 different podcasts in one setting. And so again, he's been supporting me since I started the show. So it's just all right to support. Not all just people who support you, but just because he's part of my village. I'm done crying tonight. If you have people that you want to see on the village, on this show, to have a conversation with me, please inbox me on Facebook, IG. You can personally email me, and it is me. So I will definitely respond to you. I am definitely about supporting Black businesses. My friend Alita Cotton does some of the best turmeric and ginger tea, all natural. AC's Tea. On Facebook, she is AYECEE. Phone number 313-380-0321, and she delivers. So again, you will be addicted. Just tell her I sent you. My fedora hats that I normally wear, but since this summer I haven't been wearing them. This is Shania Bridgeforth business. Please go support. And my hats are amazing. So you ask these questions, trying to let you know where I get it done. My baby sister, my real blood sister, she has a garden, and she is an amazing gardener. If you have questions on how to do gardening, well, you got him now. And my sister, she also raised quail, not only for meat, but also eggs. So in Westland, you're not allowed to do chicken. So that was the next best thing. So we are what we eat. So again, if you have any questions about quail or garden, please inbox her at IG Quail House Homestead. and she's Yolanda Peoples on Facebook. Let her know I sent you. I had to literally threaten some bees and wasps and hornets because she went to go move something and she got stung twice. Like, listen, I know she's sweet to some, but don't be coming for my sister. Her big sister gonna have to come out to Westland. When I get my makeup done, Toy Wagner Divine, Honey Child, go to her IG and go support her. You will, if you want to make a statement without having to say a word. Trust me, you want to go to her. My hairstyle, all is wonderful. Okay, my hairdresser, IG Melly Mel _artist. Not only is she a hairdresser, she's a singer, songwriter, actress. Go and support her. She ain't no joke. My friend, Facebook Shantae Penny. She's also a hairdresser, songwriter, singer, actress. All of this list. I don't play when it comes to my friends. Okay? I don't play. I don't hang around chickens and ducks and all that. I deal with eagles. Okay? And last but not least, Jen Cole, amazing singer, is having her 40th birthday on this Thursday. Let me get the information and then we're gonna let Horace go. What y'all think, y'all? Did he do good or what?
Let me know.
Jen Cole's 40th birthday concert, this Thursday, July 30th, 7:30 to 10 at Miss Eva's, Detroit. Live band, a special guest performances. Tickets are $25. Jen, JYNNCOLE. Go on Facebook. I believe it's an Eventbrite event. So again, I'm glad that we had this conversation. I had an amazing time. God, of course, shows up and he do what he do. I'm not apologetic of anything that goes on in the show because God is first. Whatever he wants to do, I just show up and be obedient. So, with that being said, next Tuesday, I will have Apostle Ruffin on. And that's 7:00. Yes. Oh, God is just so good.
Every day last week.
You probably had no idea that this was going to happen tonight, did you?
Nope. I came into it with open mind and arms, but yeah, nope. I'm definitely surprised, pleasantly.
Aww. So again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this show in 2020. And as always, I have some of the dopest guests on this side of heaven. Tonight was no different. Last words to Mr. Horace himself. What do you have to say to the village?
I want to say, first of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you for sharing your platform, for creating your platform, for being obedient and a good caretaker of it. I had fun. I hope that it goes out and is a blessing to you and me and to everybody that gets to hear it. And for, as we do in our contract sometimes, for perpetuity, till the heavens are no more. And to everybody out there listening, keep a smile in your back pocket. Put it on sometimes. If you got to take it off, still keep it in your pocket because you never know when you can use it again. And if you ain't using yours, just hand it to somebody else.
Ooh, that's well. When you smile, I mean, you find out you might got some dimples too.
That's right.
I got 2.
Look at you, he's cheating. See, you could have gave me one of them. See, at least one of them.
Mm-mm.
I got to do that to get the dimple.
No.
But it ain't working.
No.
Atlee, well, it's funny to me.
Yes, I got him to say it. Yes.
Yeah. I saw the dopest thing. One of the guys, this last shout out real quick. It's a guy, his name is Hank Puritan. He got his own business, but he used to DJ back at All Jokes Aside Comedy Club back in the day. Great guy. I met him there. We've been friends forever since then. I was at the Aretha on this last Wednesday, performed. I saw him there. He's lost he went from a 6X t-shirt. He put a picture up today. 6X he bought a t-shirt from me on Wednesday, a 1X, and he got it side by side. So his 1X got my shirt on it. So I was like, look at that. Look at God. Won't he do it? So I appreciate that love. Being fit, having on the nice fit. So yeah, just want to show him some love. People out there, you working on yourself. You better every day. Take those opportunities to showcase and share and prop up other people that are doing good too. So I just appreciate that. He didn't have to do that, but he did that. And that was love. So I want to share some more love on this Sunshine Village.
Thank you, Rick. One more Jodeci pull for me.
Ooh yeah. I gotta do the glasses. I gotta do ooh yeah.
Did you really think about it though? Like you really stepped into it?
Yes, I put the foot. You don't see the
I
foot is
saw
going down
you.
over here. Yes. I'm telling you, I feel it all down in my femur and the femur, the tibula, the fibula, all of that. I feel it.
Praise the Lord.
Praise him.
You guys, I will see you on next Tuesday. Of all things, take God with you, and don't be ashamed, so he don't be ashamed of you. So I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.